I did have a model sitting there, sorry. Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Is this the right color? I think it is. How we doing? How's your Monday? Yeah, this is right. Did a little bit of painting on this guy off stream, so progressed him a little more. Wombat, what's happening, man? Actually, I think that's the color. I decided I was going to highlight those cylinder sort of areas off stream because they're kind of an annoying shape to edge highlight. The Canon I think is going to be okay. The access to it's not great, but I think edge highlighting it's still going to be okay. So I did those little thingies off stream. Also, when I was looking up the artwork, this was purple, but that's a lot of purple. Like all this is purple with all of that as well. It's just a lot of purple. It's a lot of purple. Okay, let's film a little bit for the tutorial. And I had to change the music too. It's the first time I got in trouble from YouTube for playing Spotify. Like, I got in trouble for it. So I can't, if we plan on doing that again, I can't have it go to YouTube. Next, we'll move on to the secondary edge highlight for our blue. This is a mixture of 1 part blue horror, 1 part Thunderhawk blue. You don't want as much on the brush as I just had, because that'll make highlighting difficult. All right, let's try that again. Take 2. I think I hold my miniature too close. After I've rated a few different painters, I hold my miniature way closer than majority of people. Am I too close? No, I mean in terms of like the stream itself, Wombat. Yeah, man. I would have this even closer. I get quite intimate with my miniatures, man. I'm normally much closer than this. Yeah, because I plan on continue doing the rating out too. Like, it's just something it's something I should be doing, and I wasn't doing it for a long time. But I'm seeing different hobbyists and different streamers in terms of where they hold their miniature and their camera angles and all that type of stuff. Yeah, they've done so good with those new Ultramarine models. I don't know why camera did that. Yeah, those new Ultramarine models, oh boy. People need to learn to take a joke on the internet as well. So a guy left a comment, Ryan's Minis, very, very good painter, like phenomenally good painter. 12K followers on Instagram. And he said something like, oh, we got our third Marnius Calgar before GTA 6. And then some dude's like, oh, get over yourself, man. It's like, this is only the third iteration of him or something. And it's just like, and then Ryan's like, yo, get over yourself, dude. That was a joke. Vitrix no, but they're not Vitrix. They're Vitrix Honor Guard. So they're based off the old models. Vitrix Honor Guard. Yo, what the my camera's been good for ages. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, more like a command squad. Yeah, exactly. So this is why they're so good. I'll show you. This is why the new ones are so good. So new ones, phenomenal, fantastic. Go away. Old ones. New ones. Old ones. That's why the new ones are sick. Because they're these guys. Down to the helmets, down to the tabards, everything. Down to the double shoulder pad on this guy. See how he's the champ? He's got the double shoulder pad. This one's got like a double shoulder pad on him. They're sick. They have done like this. Like this is... Seeing this makes me frustrated about the Sanguinary Guard. Like that Marnius, bro. That's what he should have been. Like this model here. This model's a good way to stop people buying the Gravis armored one. You want people not to buy the Gravis Armored Marnie's Kalgar? That's how you do it. You want ants? This is how you get ants. Scott, how you doing, man? How you doing? We are painting tonight, painting some Gundam. We're just checking out the new Ultramarine models that look absolutely phenomenal. Like, they look so cool. Even, I'm just being a dickhead, sorry. Even that jerk, Kato Sicarius. Like, this is wicked. I love what they've done with it. There's one, oh no, there's only 3. But the Honor Guard, flawless. Flawless. Why can't you do that with the Sangard? My boys. My boys. I had to make my own boys with wings. Just take the old sculpts and just breathe new life into them. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, Games Workshop. Don't raise your prices by 4% because your price is already pretty expensive, and just keep making sick models. That's how you do it. Sincerely, BFG Justin, the guy that you should have sent the email to before he started painting Gundam, because now all he's going to do is paint Gundam. How's my stream going today? I only just started, man. I only just started 15 minutes ago. It's 7 o'clock in Australia, in case you are not on Oz time. This is what the completed ones look like. Except this is a Zaku, not a Leo. So infinitely cooler because it is a Zaku. If you don't like Zakus, I don't know if I can trust you. 2 a.m. in Las Vegas. What are you doing up so late, Scott? Or so early? Is that late or early? I'm gonna say it's late. It's early when starts being early at 5 a.m. I think that's a fair analysis. Yo, Tattooed Zoologist, how are we doing? Not a fan of the lore? Yeah. I mean, I've only sort of really just started getting into Gundam, so I've been watching a lot of the lore videos and older series, and I can understand that for sure. It does seem like they just repeat the same stuff over and over, but Gundams look so cool. Is that Spanish? I don't speak Spanish. Is that Spanish? If you woke up at 2 a.m. it's early. Staying up till 2 a.m. is don't mess around with my brain, Wombat. It means why not both? Oh, I do Warhammer, my dude. I arguably do Warhammer better than I do Gundam. That's the only Warhammer I've got sitting next to me. I've painted shitloads more. I do both. I was just making a joke because I've tried, or I've wanted Games Workshop to recognize my work in the hopes of getting early miniatures. But I think you need to get to at least 10,000 followers on Instagram, which I'm actually not that far away from. But now my focus is very much directed towards big stompy robots. And right now I'm taking full advantage of that motivational wave. I'm I don't know how to surf, but I'm riding the motivational wave of painting. You know nothing about the lore? Yeah, I mean, there's multiple lore, right? They've got their main universe. And then they've got a few different alternate universes, which I think is pretty cool because it allows them to essentially not mess around with the main universe. And then if they want to try something different, then they've got the alternate universes, and they're not canon. It's not like, you know, how there's all this Marvel stuff, what's canon and Star Wars. So I think it's a good way to go about it. And they can just try a few different things. Like Iron-Blooded Orphans is a pretty cool series that's a bit more brutal than the other Gundams, and it's not, their lead protagonist isn't like other protagonists from other Gundam series who end up being sort of a little sort of pacifist-esque. They're just like, oh, I don't want to fight this war and I don't want to take these people's lives. Why are they attacking me? And then in the Iron-Blooded Orphans one, Miyazuki is the opposite. He's just void of all emotions and he does what he's told. I'm pretty keen on getting some of the Iron-Blooded Orphans when they come out in Assemble. I don't think we've seen any though. Like in all the little snippets we've seen of different mobile suits, we haven't seen anything from the Iron-Blooded Orphans yet. They will undoubtedly come out though because it is extremely popular. And I think Gundam lore, unless you like really like delving into stuff, it might be a little hard to get into in terms of watching the anime because it is an older anime. I think it still sort of holds up to this day, but like I know that some people have trouble watching, I guess, older type of anime. And look, I was watching Gundam Zeta, which is the follow-up to the regular Gundam, and I was coming on stream and just being like, yo, I don't get this. Evangelion anime's your favorite? Well, how's this, Scott? How's this? One of the most recent series, Gundam G-Quacks. Stupid name. But Gundam G-Quacks, I believe the guy that did the art in Evangelion did the art in Gundam G-Quacks. So, best of both worlds. Nah, not G. It's GQ, like 5 U's and then some X's. I'm sure if you just typed in Gundam GQ, it would turn up with something. But it is pronounced Gundam G-Quacks. I don't know why they made that name. I'm sure there is a meaning behind it. I just don't know what it is. Can we focus on the foot? Or no? You like your version better? Yeah. Gundam Duck. We don't have too much blue to do edge highlights on. It's still going to take a little bit of time. But, man, it's windy as here. So I do apologize if the connection drops out at some point. We've just had like 140 kilometer hour winds almost all day. Like really hard winds. What's that in freedom units? Probably like 85 miles, 90 miles. Much difference to yours with the brush? I'm very, very much heavy metal inspired. So Games Workshop box art style, which you don't typically see on Gundam miniatures. And that's something I've wanted to do for a while. It's just building an entire Gundam is a project in itself. A project I just do not have the time for. I feel like I've got the patience for it, but most of my time has to get directed towards painting my miniatures and creating content around the miniatures that I'm painting. So someone came in chat the other day. I think it was Freak Ballos, and he was talking about the Red Comet model, the high grade Red Comet model. That's a Gundam that I want to get. I'll pay Marvin to build it for me. Should add more water to this. It's not flowing. It's not flowing as much as I would like. Yeah, more water. $140 kilometers hours, at least 20 bald eagles worth. What we got the wedge tail eagle. Those things are gigantic. Is it the wedge tail? I think it's the wedge tail. They are huge. Terrifyingly large. The metric system is superior in your opinion? Like mils? Are you talking about as a medical professional? Are we talking milliliters? Is that the main? Is that the main measurement you would deal with? I mean, it's just easier to. I mean, I was brought up on metric, so it's naturally just easier. But like trying to work out stuff where it's just like using like a quarter inch and stuff like that as a measurement is just nuts. And then like fluid ounces. Hang on, what are you using the weight of something to? I don't know. It's all weird. Damn, I tell you what, it's absolutely refreshing to hear from someone that is in America that says that the metric system is better than imperial. That's crazy. I never thought I'd hear it. Seen it here first, chat. 6 people as witnesses. You know what the crazy thing is? Like on dating apps over here, we still use, well, people still use feet. Bet you they wouldn't know that 183 centimeters is 6 foot. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. 16. That's nuts, isn't it? Let's go up by 16s. Shouldn't we go up by 10? Like, that's a little easier. No, 16. Our boss at work, because I'm a tradesman, I work in signage. He just bought a couple of new tape measures and they've got inches on them, and it fucking drives me insane. It's like, you better got a discount on these. We do need inches for wargaming, that is true. But you could easily use centimeters. You could easily use centimeters. I suppose for wargaming, inches make sense because it's a larger measurement. And you're not working with like 1/2 and 1/4 inches and stuff like that. You're quite literally just working with the whole inch. You're used to working with the whole inch, Wombat. As soon as you get to X of an inch, yeah. I mean, that's why in a lot of wargaming, you know, if you don't get within, what is it in? It's within 1/2 an inch, I think. You're considered out of combat range in Warhammer. Appreciate it not there. Oh, I mean, I underarmed him. I underarmed Wombat the ball. I was like, hit this out of the park, dude. He's an underarm. Yeah, so last night when we played the Divorced Dad's rock list, it's the first time I got an angry message from YouTube saying don't do that again. So I don't know if that means we've sort of stepped up a tier on YouTube, but I never used to get that. I used to get like an email saying, or I used to get a sort of a notification on a post saying it's going to be muted. This time it was like, don't do that again, or we'll take your live down. So I guess we're not doing that again. Or if we do have like a Spotify night where we play Spotify music, I'll just have to not use YouTube on Restream. So maybe it'll just be like, I don't know when I do it. Have to plan ahead, I guess. We'll have to plan ahead. which sugs. You haven't seen what before, Scott? Warnings? Oh no. So I use straight OBS to stream, and I go through Restream because I'm streaming on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And we were streaming on TikTok, but they don't allow you to use Restream through TikTok anymore. But it was after stream. I checked my YouTube studio, and it was like, "Hey man, don't do that again." So Twitch, it's completely fine. Like you'll get a message or an email, and it'd be like you used copyrighted music, which is fine on Twitch. That's okay, but YouTube doesn't like it because it keeps the VOD up. Yo, Hell's Ghetto. Thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it. How's your stream? What'd you get up to? G'day, mate. Yo, you gotta be Australian. You need to listen to your polyphia. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Welcome, Raiders. We're just painting up some Gundam Assemble. If you're not familiar with Gundam Assemble, it is going to be a Gundam tabletop game that is arriving next year. And the miniatures came out in the trading card game starter boxes. What's happening, Oka? Cosmic Gaz, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Polyphia is a band. Ah, got ya. But is it like copyrighted? Scott, thank you very much for the follow. Is it copyrighted? Big Mongrel, thank you very much for the follow as well. That's the most follows I've had in a long time. They're fairly popular. I've probably heard their music. It's not ringing any bells. It would almost most definitely be copyrighted if they're a band then. So yeah, we're painting up some Gundam. The aim for this, my own personal goal, is to have these miniatures. There is 11 of them. Have them all finished before this game comes out. Now, I haven't got a hard date of when it comes out next year, so I want to try and have them finished in December. And I've been going relatively fast with these. The smaller ones are taking a week, but I've got the detailed ones left, so they're going to take some work. What paints am I using for the space layer? I'm using Citadel paints from Games Workshop. This is going to get turned into a tutorial. So every now and then I take a snippet from what I'm painting, and it's going to get edited into one of the ultimate guides that we put up on our YouTube. So far, the first one that's going to come out is actually this. This is going to be the first tutorial that comes out in the Gundam Ultimate Guides. The RX-78-2, the classic. I did paint 3 miniatures before I started filming the tutorials. I don't know why. It was silly. I should have filmed them. I did the 3 Zakus beforehand. You don't paint minis, but you'll do these because Gundam. Well, do you know what? I kind of hope that this is going to be the case. I'm wanting to try and because I like to inspire people to paint miniatures, mainly from Warhammer. I'm hoping to help do that with the Gundam community because I think that'd be pretty cool. Choice, New Zealand, my bro. Appreciate the compliment, Big Mongrel. The weathering is something I've worked on over time. It's taken a little bit of work to get my weathering to the point that it's at now, and I'll continue to try and refine it. A lot of the time, it's about how much weathering you put on a miniature as well. I'm gonna do a Zaku. I'm gonna do a Zaku tutorial. I'm gonna try and get another set of 3 and maybe try and kit bash them because I would like to do the Red Comet. I'm not sure how I would do it. Maybe take the Heat Hawk axe and the bazooka and equip Char with the Heat Hawk and a bazooka. That's a little bit Red Comet-esque, I would say. Or hopefully they come out with like a command type Zaku that I can paint up instead, just like something completely different. Sure, the choice gave it away. You know, the whole reason I'm streaming is because of a New Zealander. A guy that I used to work with who's from New Zealand is pushed me into it. Not physically, but he was like, "Yo, you need to do this." Sananju has been confirmed, Big Mongrel. They've shown off a few miniatures. Sananju is one of them. Unicorn Destroy Mode, Zeong, Gundam Death Scythe, Wing Zero, Zuda with an anti-ship rifle. Yeah, and Sananju's huge, bro. Sananju's huge. So this is the largest model currently that's out. Would be Tall Geese, right? And right now they're on a 50 millimeter disc, right? Tall Geese is the biggest of the current miniatures. Little Leo, he's just a little dude. But Tall Geese is a big boy, and he's actually gonna take a long time. Sananju. So they'll eventually go on a hex. They're going on a hex to play the game, but it'll be a 50 mil hex, right? Sananju's on 2 of these. So he's got a pin in one foot that connects him to one hex, and he's got a pin in another that connects him to another hex. He is big. My hopes is that we can somehow get Bandai's attention. So we'll be sending them an email. We'll be sending multiple Bandai's an email. We don't know which one to send the email to. Yeah, he's chonky. I'm looking forward to him. I'm really excited for him. The one I really want is Epion. But yeah, we're going to try and send some emails, hopefully get some attention from Bandai with the tutorials that we're filming and the games that we will be playing. And I'm hoping that we can somehow maybe get the rules set early so that we can play it on stream, or get some miniatures early so I can get started on those. So, like, we may not hear back from the middle, you know, that very well may be the case, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Can't hurt to try. We've got nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You best believe though, when St. Andrew comes out, I'll be dropping what I'm working on, and I'll be painting that thing up. Yeah, there's a few different suits that I'd really, really like to paint up. Kshatriya would be good. Oh, you and me both, dude. You and me both. I hope that it does print all the money though. I hope it really does. I hope it kicks off. I think it's going to come down to the rule set. So skirmish games are getting pretty large in like the Warhammer community, because let's face it, prices are going up. It's getting harder to financially live everywhere. So like people can't be committing to 2,000 point armies because it's a lot of money. Skirmish games are getting pretty damn popular, and the price point of the Gundam stuff, I feel like I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's going to be a pretty good price point, because I literally got every single one of the starter boxes. They were $65 Australian, which is a good price, and it came with a full starter deck, and it came with 3 miniatures as well. And the miniatures, if these were from Games Workshop, they would be $70 a piece. Or it'd be like $120 for the 3. So I think price point wise, it looks promising. You don't need any terrain to play the game. It's quite literally just a hexagon map. So I think that's also a positive. Yeah. And look, they've got tons of different mobile suits. So it's not like they're going to run out of new stuff to release. And I really hope it does kick off, because we're going to be filming content based around it. So the more it kicks off, the better. And that's why I want to paint all the miniatures up, because I want to have every single miniature they release painted up so we can play games with them. Even dumb poses like gun cannon. I think it has a lot of potential. Even if assemble is just the basic way to get into the game, and then there's a more in-depth way to play the tabletop game. Like it's a fully fledged tabletop game, if that makes sense. Instead of just like a skirmish. Not sure how that would work, but that would be cool. I guess it comes down to how it's received as well, you know? If the miniatures sell well, if the game's getting played a lot, then that would just galvanize them, I think. Yeah, so I'm friends with some managers at some gaming stores, so I could definitely try and reach out through them. I also know of a company that supplies a lot of miniatures Australia-wide to gaming stores, so he may know someone as well. So much IP. Yeah, yep. Well, funnily enough, they're also having the bases as miniatures that you can play on the tabletop too. So like the big ships, they're like 3 hexes large. Well, so this stuff cannot be found right now, Pixel, because it only came out with the trading card games. Like Gundam Assemble hasn't officially been released. What it says on the box is you can use these miniatures as tokens to represent your cards. I don't know if stock's going to be that much of an issue when the game is fully released, but also limited because it's the guys buying cards that have bought them all up, right? There's going to be, you'd say like 50% of the people buying the cards don't want the miniatures, or maybe don't want to paint them up, you know? And the other 50 are like, yeah, I want the cards and the miniatures, like I did. So that in itself, I think sucks for you because you want to try and find them, right? Sucks for you if you want to try and find the miniatures, but having all of the boxes sell is a good thing. Oh yeah, I know the cards can't be found. So the other day Marvin was trying to buy some cards at his local general games and they had none. So he had to come to my local to get some. And what Marvin was told was they aren't going to get any more stock until the second edition releases, which is October 24th. You didn't see the notification that I was on, Buddha. I thought we were friends. You've broken my heart. Nah, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's all good, brother. High-grade aerial for a customer. Very cool. Ariel's going to be one of the miniatures. Ariel has been shown for Gundam Assemble. I'm also excited for that miniature. From the Witch of Mercury, I want, is it Daryl Boulder? Daryl Baldy? Daryl Baldy? That's the one I want to paint up. Yeah, I cannot catch a break. Pixel, I cannot catch a break. First my handsome brother, now Buddha. Killing me. Yeah, they're raising the price again, 4%. Yeah, I know. It's like $116 to buy a box of 10 intercessors. And this is what I was talking about. The Gundam Assemble has a spot there if they come in with a pretty good price point. Asian Glow, you really like the podcast? Thank you. We haven't done a podcast episode for a long time. What did we end up with, like 32 episodes? It was getting hard to find guests, and also we weren't getting much interaction. So we had to work out where to direct our efforts. It's not that it'll ever, like, it might come back, you know, we might do it again. You've been binging it lately. It might come back, you know, it might come back. Hey, we might come back and talk about Gundam, who knows? What did my brother do? He was born extremely handsome, Buddha. That's what he did. He's got a full head of hair and a beard. That's what happened. You want Zowart. Yeah, well, these are eventually going to be on hexes as well. These will eventually be on hexes. That is true, Wombat. Like a bag of rocks. Nah. I give him too much shit. He's not dumb. He just makes poor life choices. The VV contest. What is the VV contest? The bottom of these feet are probably the most annoying part to highlight on this model, I think. The Verco's Vault contest. I'm not familiar with that. Is that a Gundam contest? The Zolwar was designed by one of the... that makes sense. I stopped playing Armored Core at Armored Core 2, but that does make sense. Or maybe I played 3. I can't remember. Oh, they give you a coin. Ah. I mean, it's all about cloud, isn't it? A lot of the time. With a squad of them. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, it'd be cool to turn this into a fully fledged tabletop game where you have multiple miniatures. But at the same time, for me, that'd suck because I don't know if I want to paint up 10 Zakus. But it would be cool as well. Verco's Vault is led by a guy who has considered the largest private miniatures collection. Ah, that's cool. So what, he would buy a whole bunch of... He'd be rich and he'd be buying a whole bunch of commission pieces after the show. He pays 5 figures, sometimes 6. Shit, I'd sell one of my miniatures for $1 million. Any of them. Except for one. He can't have one of them. He can't have the Legion of the Damned model that Baz sculpted for me. Ain't no way. Just let me edge highlight this. I'll get it. So you guys familiar with Amphiaris on Instagram? So a guy in the UK who was actually on the podcast, Asian Glow, funnily enough, Amphiaris or Baz. I think I called him Anfarius on the podcast. So he took a regular Warhammer miniature. This it was based off a Tech Marine, I believe, and he did a whole bunch of custom sculpting to it. And then I painted it up. So this will also have a tutorial in itself as well. So that's a custom one of one. There's only one of these in the whole world because Baz hand sculpted it. And he's an absolute legend, and he is extremely talented. Extremely talented. Oh, this is how big the Gundam models are. Little old teenage, you would have lost your mind over this. So I met Baz in person. We went out for dinner with him a couple of months ago. He came to Australia and he took some sculpting classes. And he said that we're going to work on another piece at some stage in the future. We'll work on a piece together. And he said it's going to be a Terminator. The next one's going to be a Terminator. So I don't know. I don't know what he's got planned. But either way, I'm excited. Didn't say what Terminator. I don't know. So before this, because Baz suggested doing Legion of the Damned, and I've never really thought about painting Legion of the Damned, but because he suggested it, I was like, man, he must be inspired to work on something. And we sort of went back and forth on WhatsApp, and I was like, look, man, I trust you to do whatever you want. Let's sort of pay homage to the original sculpts, so we'll try and keep it as close to that. And he was like, it's exactly what I was thinking. And I was like, maybe we could do a Terminator Legion of the Damned, but who knows? Whatever he has in mind, I'll just be like, do what you want, bro. Do what you want. I think that's when people do their best art, is when they're inspired. Hence why when he was like, yeah, I want to do Legion of the Damned for a tutorial, I was like, okay, yep. Man, it's still windy as outside. I'm surprised my internet hasn't just shut itself. Australian internet's horrid as is. Let alone if there's some wind around. I don't know, man. It does. I can't explain to you why it does. It just does. It's happened on stream before, and it's literally only when like there's like a storm and wind, unless it's just sheer coincidence. Sounds like my fence is going to blow over. Blowing away my... Yeah, that could be it. Could be it. Maybe it's just something to do with the power. I don't know. A G1 minor geomagnetic storm happening too. I don't know what that is. Oh, I was going to ask Asian Glow, what has been your favorite episode of the Battleforge Gaming podcast so far? And also because you've watched it, you get an in-depth idea of why I started doing what I'm doing. Yeah, Grimgird. Yeah, McGillis is one. Solar Winds. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Pixel. Ash going off about Ark and his laptop. Oh, yeah, he didn't hold back. He didn't hold back. He didn't hold back on Ark, did he? I forgot we had Ash on the podcast. I think we... McGillis's red suit, yeah. I want Gujon Rabake from Iron Blooded Orphans. He's my favorite from RBO. Episode 19. Let me see what episode 19 is. Oh, the Alex one, yeah. Do you know what? When Background Mike was making the clips, that was actually one of the most popular clips. We got a lot of feedback on that. It is tough getting into a hobby as a new player when there's like a sort of community of power gamers that are just socially unaware of how to welcome new people into the hobby. It's how you can. Oh, the short with Alex. Yeah, those shorts that Mike used to make were good. It's funny how things change. You came across the weak Brush liquid. Brush was on early, I think, wasn't he? Yeah, it's interesting creating content, like with how much time you have and stuff like that. So when Mike first did it, he had a fair amount of time on his hands. Then he switched jobs and he wasn't able to do it. And then again, it's the same happened recently. So Marvin was able to edit some of our ultimate guides relatively easy, and now he's switched jobs, so it's become very difficult for him. So you do have built Gundams, so the whole diorama painting side you get. You just call that Gujon version, the rebake over here in the States. And then there's another one, isn't there? There's Goujon Rebake or Rebake, whatever you call it. Full City. You'll come down and work for a white monster, steak, a bed, and gym membership. Yeah, deal, bro. I got 3 bedrooms spare. Space Marine 2 got you into it. Yeah, that game I feel brought a whole bunch of people into the hobby. I think what happened with Space Marine was they took a while to bring content out. So I reckon people were like, "Oh, geez, how do I get my Space Marine Warhammer fix?" And you probably went looking for other games, or you were just like, "Well, let's just see what this miniature stuff's about." You played a lot of Gears. Yeah, it's very Gears-esque, isn't it? I mean, you don't have the wall hogging and stuff like that, but it is, carnage-wise, it's pretty damn close to Gears. Gears of War 6? Jesus. See, I don't even know there are up to that many. Holy crap. PS6 is nuts. PS6 is nuts. I had a PS1. I had a Sega Master System. I had a Mega Drive. It's crazy. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Yeah, connecting to Steam, that's a very smart idea. You got an early start, Buddha? Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Sometimes I lose track of time when I'm painting. Today has been one of those days. We've still got a bit of painting left though, don't worry. An hour and 15 minutes more. I think, what's the estimate? 2 more streams after tonight. 2 more streams and I think this guy will be done and then we're on to Tall Geese. PS5 and Switch 2 were underwhelming. See, I haven't bought a console since, I don't know, a long time. Got a PS4. Don't have a PS5 though. Music stopped. All right, what are we going to play? We've done, I don't know why this isn't just continuing to play. We'll go a bit more upbeat. Let's go a bit more upbeat. Yeah, two more streams, I think. But I always underestimate how long battle damage takes. Yo, painting bites, what's happening, man? Tall Geese is going to be a bit of work. Tall Geese is going to be a bit of work. So the Leos, gun tank, gun cannon. These guys all took me about a week. And it's not like a week of painting, but like collectively painting these, it took me a week to finish them. Tall Geese though, Tall Geese, he's probably going to be 2 or 3. Like this guy's pretty fast. You're in a battle to paint or not to paint? Paint. Even if it's a little bit. Even if it's a little bit. Just set a small goal to paint. What are you painting? What are you actually painting right now? Scave and Tide Box. Yeah, dude, just like set yourself a small goal. If you're not really heavily motivated to paint, just set a real small goal. I think that is all the blue highlights. Nice. Thank you, Atzionic. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Australian streaming time sucks. Like the time which I stream, just not great. Not great. You just sit on that for us, big hoss. I need to do the dot highlight. Let's do the dot highlights before we move on to the next color. Thank you, Black Sword. Thank you, dude. I'm right. You should, yeah. Just paint a little bit. Doesn't have to be heaps. Mate, I'll be painting for another hour. Paint for an hour and then stop painting when I paint. When I stop painting. Yeah, motivation's huge on these Black Sword. Like massive. Yeah, the ultramarine stuff is perfect. The ultramarine stuff is perfect. The Vitrix Honor Guard, I think, are very, very cool. Yo, at Zionic, thank you very much for the follow on YouTube. Thank you. All right, let's film the dot highlights. So with pure blue horror, we are going to add a dot highlight to our blue areas. Dot highlights make a big difference. Slather that paint on. Dots are your favorite highlight step? I didn't do them for the longest time, man. I didn't do them for the longest time. Do you think dot highlights are your favorite because it's at the end of the highlight step as well, though, Wombat? You reckon that's got something to do with it? That's like, I really love varnish step. I think there are certain colors that definitely benefit more from a dot highlight. Like I know my red really, really needs a dot highlight. Need to get better at your varnishing. Yeah, look, it comes down to what you want to do with your varnishing as well, though. Like I know there's a lot of people that use the Tester's dull coat over everything. I think Chris Paint Stuff, the guy that did all the Emperor's Scythes, he uses that over the top of all of his stuff. You definitely have to do the flat colors first and then varnish and then metallics if you plan on using the Tamiya flat, because it'll destroy your metallics. But like changing your process up becomes pretty easy once you've painted a few miniatures. Missed an edge highlight. Exactly, Scott. Yep, that is true. I mean, I'd probably still varnish, even if that were the case. Yo, these names are trying to stitch me up. Meldy Tonkuro. Melby. Meldy Tonkuro. Thank you very much for the follow. Fuck Twitch. Thank you for the follow, though. Is there, have you got a nickname? Can I abbreviate your name? And if so, what can I abbreviate it to? I do like to refer, like, if I'm chatting to people, I like to chat to them. I like to be able to say their name as well. Course stalks on the non-metallic comment. Always trying to get me to do non-metallic. Necro, I can do that. One day. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen one day. It's not going to be a whole model, though. Might be like a sword or something. It's definitely not going to be a whole model. That, I can assure you, will never happen. Oh, we got the back of the legs. Big mongrel with a gifted. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for the gifted. You'll be back for the next one? Nice. Thank you, man. Thank you. Just so you're aware, back for the next one. I stream every day. Focus, please. All right, now we can move on to the grey. I have already painted some of the grey on this, as you can see. But we're going to use the beam cannon as our example for that. I think this is a beam cannon, isn't it? Pretty sure it's a beam cannon. Oh, do you know what I need? Actually, do you know what I need to do? I need to do that little thing around his head. It's like a burgundy, isn't it? Space type Leo. Yeah. Kinda. I think it's meant to be red. I'm going to paint it Baraknar burgundy. Second Dreadnought. That's a pretty good achievement, man. It's a lot of work. Dreadies are a ton of work. How long did that take you? That doesn't feel like it's taking you that long. All right, now we totally should have done this step way before we did any of the purple edge highlights. But here we are. Here we are. So we're going to base coat whatever this area is with Baraknar burgundy. Not sure how I'm going to get to the other side. Oh, got ya. So you already got a start on it. Still, man, it's still impressive. Dude, I can't paint that. How the hell am I gonna get my brush into here? I definitely don't want to pull the model apart now. It's actually really, really difficult to reach. Just going to quickly go to the toilet after I finish base coating this. Or you could just do like your actual color scheme of your army and then just give him like a red shoulder pad or a whole red arm. Like, I think that would work too. Or just a red helmet. All right, be back in a sec. I'll leave you in the capable hands of the Space Leo. It's probably not meant to be. It's probably not meant to be pink, but I feel like I want to use pink on this. I'm gonna do it. Garrus Hotter or Guru Shotter. Hello from Australia. Okay, let's film this next bit. Next, we're going to take some Screamer Pink, and as best as we possibly can, we're going to highlight each of these ribs. Brutal job. Yeah, this side's okay. The other side's going to be a bit rough. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm honestly not even going to try and highlight around the side of it. I'm just going to highlight where you can see. And then we can move on to the grey edge highlights. Yeah, right. That works. That works. Maybe I'll finish on tomorrow's stream. Maybe we will actually finish this guy on tomorrow's stream. Yeah, actually we will. Do you know what? We will, because I'm going to get some painting time off stream. So I think this will actually be done tomorrow. Excuse me. With that step complete, we are going to move on to the grey edge highlights. As you can see on whatever this stabilizer thing is here, we've already done those edge highlights. But we will show you how to do this on the beam cannon. So first off, we're going to apply a thick edge highlight of Eshin Grey. So we'll go ahead and do that on the rest of the model and we'll come back for the next step. Ripped off paint down to the primer. Do you know I've got like a good version of my blue tack, which you can see on my paint pot now, which isn't brand new, but it's still clean enough. Doesn't affect my model that much. I don't think I've ever found blue tack remove paint, at least not down to the primer. The issue I have with my old blue tack is sometimes it gets stuck in the model and I can't get it off. And that's with the old shitty blue tack, which I try not to use that much. obviously, because I don't want it sticking. I don't want it sticking all over my model. It'll be a plastic model painting by it, so it won't be a resin model. Hey, Avi. You're painting a war dog for someone else? I don't know if you're being serious, whether it's fun or not. It is fun?
Hey, Avi.
No stress, Black Sword. Take it easy, dude. I'm very excited, Henrik. Yep, very, very excited for it. I'm currently working through all of the miniatures. I've painted 7 of them. 7 of the... how many are there? 9, 12, 13. 13. I think there's 13 out right now. They'll be sold out for so long. Well, maybe. You don't know, right? They're probably going to be pretty popular. Like I was saying earlier on stream, the reason I think these sold so fast is because they were also part of the TCG. So you would have had people that aren't even necessarily wanting the models, purchasing them for the boxes, especially because those starter boxes contained god decks, right? I was lucky enough to get a god deck with my Xeon Rush, which I didn't realize was a thing, but so people were buying multiple of them, right? There was so we've got obviously hobby stores, but our gaming stores were selling them as well because they sell cards too. And you could buy 10 boxes as online. You could buy 10 boxes. Like, that's insane. To be of one of them. Like, not having a limit on them is crazy. So now, yes, they are pretty much sold out, except unless you can find them in store. And my local store does have some of the Wings of Advance ones, what I'm painting literally right now. Yeah. So hard just to have a hobby. Yeah, it can be sometimes, right? And scalpers. Like, if scalpers heard that there were god decks in those boxes, you've got to think how many people were buying them, quite literally, just to try and get the god decks. And if they didn't get them, they would have just split it and sold the miniatures separately and the deck separately as well. So that doesn't help things either. Imagine getting a god deck. Yeah, I know, right? Imagine getting a god deck and not even realizing you had one. Like an idiot. Imagine getting a god deck and then showing your community on stream how cool the cards are and being like, oh, yo, these are really, really nice cards. But how can you tell which ones are the chase cards? Because they're all shiny. They're all foil cards, so how can you tell which ones are the chase cards? I don't know, you idiot. Maybe they're not meant to be all foil. So yeah, I think, look, I feel like Gundam Assemble's probably going to be popular. I don't think it will be as popular as the boxes that contain these were, though, if that makes sense. I will undoubtedly be chatting to my local hobby stores and just saying, hey, set aside one of every single miniature that comes out for Gundam Assemble from the get-go. I'll be like, just put me down as a pre-order. Every time something comes out for Gundam Assemble, just put me down as a pre-order. Because I'm going to paint all of them. Every single one. Which is a little bit scary because if you go on their Facebook and you look at the teaser trailer, they've already shown like another 12 miniatures. People reselling them, yeah, you can get them on eBay. Yeah, you can get the miniatures on eBay by themselves. Can you get them for a good price? I don't know. Too much? How much is too much? $159 for GD01. Yeah, but what is that? What's GD01? I think GD01 is is that the new beginnings? Because I think GD01's actually the set itself, is it not? Yeah, that's the whole box, dude. That's 24 packs of cards. That's not the miniatures. So you'll actually be hard pressed to find the starter boxes. So this box here is called Wings of Advance starter box. Yeah. And you might be hard pressed to find the set in itself. You could go online on like eBay and look up for the miniatures. You can't wait for the official release of Gundam set. Same. Me too. I'm gonna paint all the miniatures up and we're gonna stream our games. So like these guys here. Yeah, it's getting released next year. Yeah. I'm hoping that we can reach out to Bandai and potentially get the rules set earlier. And maybe roll some dice earlier. So these guys are the guys we're going to be playing with on stream. None of that box art stuff. None of that box art stuff that Bandai's released. You keep tagging them. Everyone tag them. Tag them in our posts. They'll notice, they better. Go to that link, guys, and then just tag Gundam Assemble in all of my Gundam posts, please. Sanandru's been shown, Abraham. Sanandru's been shown. He's got 2 of these bases. So Sanandru has 1 foot on one of these bases and another foot on another one. That's how big he is. It's huge. The beam rifle, yeah, it looks super cool. Very excited for it too. It's going to be difficult not to drop what I'm currently working on when that comes out. It's gonna be very, very tempting. Oh, it's going to be way cheaper than 40k. Dude, 40k is insane how much it costs. I think Gundam's going to be a way better price point. And you're going to require less to play it. You're just going to need a neoprene map with the hexes print on it. You won't need any terrain. Looks like you need minimum 3 models to play in some dice. It's going to be way, way cheaper entry point. You have 3 armies and it costs you deadly? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys, we are actually going to finish up there. We're going to go check out what Rajin's doing. I'll be back tomorrow to continue work on this space type Leo. Do you know, I think we're going to be pretty close to finishing him. If we're not finished tomorrow, then Wednesday is not even going to be a whole stream painting on this guy. We'll be starting on the tall geese. Starting on the tall geese. Other than that, enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your night. And let's go see what our mate Rajin's doing. Let's go see what Rajin's doing. See you guys.
It's been a while, man. Oh no. Oh no. I can't handle this. I can't handle a BFG raid. Well, did you finish the Gundam? Go back to streaming and finish that Gundam already. God damn. How's it going, everybody? Welcome with the raid. If you're not following wait, I didn't do the shout out properly. If you're not following